No.
No, to go into what you're saying.
Answer that for me first, right there. Give me something that can be evilly present, that could be everywhere at the same time.
I got you.
What you say?
I got you. Now watch this.
That's God.
No, watch this.
That's God.
So the creation.
He said no.
No, hold on real quick.
Why would you say no? Did you hear what he just said? Why would he say no?
Do air create?
Can air create a human being?
Guys, God is... Okay, now, first of all, we cannot limit God now.
But you don't even know God.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Push the envelope.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
We push the envelope.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Push the envelope.
Abre sus sueños al brazo, la soledad sin un grito.
Gringo el diablo. Big G, not the little one.
I want to talk to you real quick, Key. I believe the last time we had a conversation, we got a little deep.
We did, a little bit.
How do you feel about what's going on right now with United States of America and Iran war?
Everything's in perfect harmony.
Perfect harmony?
Yeah, everything is in perfect harmony. For you to say that it's not in perfect harmony, you have to say that the God that you believe in is not an orderly God, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, I'll say that. It's in perfect harmony.
Okay, mm-hmm. So that's my answer.
Right, okay, all praise.
Yeah.
So my question now will be since this is all God's plan, right, and God's orderly, right, and it's escalating, do you feel like this is World War III?
Well, no, I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Do you feel like this could escalate into World War III?
That's a possibility.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Depending on perspective, how you looking at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because perspective is everything.
Okay.
So yeah, it could, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So now my other question is, are you familiar in the Bible? It talks about World War III will happen, and the result of World War III.
Yeah, but remember we had this discussion about the Bible, the way that I see the Bible. It's a little different the way you guys see the Bible. You know, I believe that the Bible, the characters inside the Bible are kind of like they're allegories. Mm-hmm. Meaning that through my research, I can't say that 100% that they ever exist.
Why would you say that?
Can you say that?
Yeah, I can say that.
How?
I'll say that exists because when you actually take.
Let me ask you another question.
Oh, let me answer this. Let me answer that first.
But I got to follow up though.
Okay. Let me answer this because if you actually say like we take away the Bible, right?
Right.
We don't. Hey, how you doing? We don't understand. People don't understand that the Bible was transcribed into what we have today. So what we have in the transcription are actually records of somebody's civilization. Right. So what that means is it's no different than how you would get papyri from scrolls of Egyptians, right? It's the Israelites' papyri as well. So to negate that and say that's not history, right? That would be irresponsible when they have the same type of way of recording history, no different than the Egyptians or anybody else.
I kind of agree with what you said, but my point is that those characters never existed. They are just only used to help us to understand something about spirituality, because you can't go nowhere and show me where Jesus was buried at. None of the characters hold on for a minute. None of the characters inside the Bible. There is no history.
Okay.
Nothing that leads up to where they're buried at.
I got a question for that.
I'm just curious.
I got a question to challenge that thought, right?
Go ahead.
How far can you trace back your father's lineage?
I can trace it back.
Can you trace your father's lineage back to the slave ships?
I guess I could through
Do you have the record of it right now?
I don't.
So my question will be then, if you don't have the record of your father back to the slave ships, but we know that your father had to exist, or your forefather had to exist because you're here now, would you know where they're buried?
If I can trace them all the way back.
But I'm saying you don't have the trace. You haven't traced it right now. You don't know. You don't have it.
That's true.
I'm saying all the way back to the slave ships though.
That's true.
But you don't have it right now.
I don't have it right now.
So so that's what validates the history that they existed.
Well, what validates it is that through extensive research, I believe that I can trace that back through DNA.
But you see what he says is the belief of it. You started with the belief.
Right.
You don't emphatically know, right?
Not 100%.
Okay, so that's the thing right there. You don't know, so
Right.
it'd be how do I want to say this? Irresponsible to say the same thing on the other matter where we don't know where Christ was buried, right? Or we don't know where none of the guys are buried when we can't even know where our forefathers were buried that came off the slave ships.
Here's another point, real quick. To add to what he's saying.
Right.
Another thing to consider too is 70 AD when the Roman Empire came and ransacked the city too. So remember, that place was desolate for a long time. So that's also something that needs to be considered as well. And also, we do have first century witnesses that speak to the Jesus Christ, what people call Christ, right, or Yeshua, walking the earth. We even have literature from the Jewish community, non-messianic, right, that have literal literature of people that witness him and acknowledge him at least walking the earth, regardless whether they believe in the theology or his divinity. You see what I'm saying?
I respect that. But to that point right there, remember that's just their belief though. Who is to say that they didn't just create that? Because my thing is that to know the truth, shouldn't we want to just research every little fabric of it though to really find out the truth and not to believe the surface though?
But hold on, real quick. Do you understand the importance of what he just said? Even the Jewish people, right? They don't believe of his divinity or him being the prophet or whatever, the Messiah.
Right.
They don't believe.
Right.
So they even some in their literature even say harsh things about him. But yet and still, the people that don't believe agree and attest that he actually existed.
But what makes them right and what makes my question, what makes them right and what makes this person wrong though?
So we have archaeology of tombs of believers, and in their tombs they have symbols that relate to, like for example, the symbol of the fish, right? Right? So we have those type of symbols in the first century. Those are fairly new. Like once you get to the first century, after a particular time, after 70 AD, you start after the death of Christ, you start seeing these burial sites that have this symbolism in the believers' burial sites,
That's
right?
why they have a symbols, but there's nothing ever in history of no one ever existed in the Bible where you can take them and say that Joseph was buried right here, Mary was buried right here, that you guys call him what, Jehovah, Jesus?
Yeshua.
Yeshua? Yeah. Nobody have.
But the Bible don't say that he was buried.
Right. Because the Bible says he rose
Rose from where?
from the dead. Because when he went to go see his tomb, he wasn't there.
Okay.
Right? But also too, when you talk about the figures of the Bible, right? If you study Assyrian culture, right, they have in their own records that certain kings existed too as well. Also, that just gives more validity to the Bible and the characters.
Real quick, for clarity, you don't believe in the. You don't believe. Is it you believe that the biblical figures, even in the Old Testament, that they're not real? Is that what you're saying?
They are only characters.
Okay, now watch this, right?
They don't really exist. They are only there to help us get to our higher self.
Gotcha.
Because if you do your research, if you just dig a little bit, and people, we don't want to do that. We want to believe what people have taught us to believe. And also, I believe this now, whatever you guys believe is right though now, whether it's right or wrong. So I'm not trying to change your belief because I believe that what you believe is right. But I believe what I believe is right because there is no right or wrong. because everything is perspective.
Now watch this, right? When you study cultures of antiquity, right? We can go as far as back to Egypt, right? There's a wall in Egypt that pretty much describes their wars with their neighboring country, with the neighboring nations. Israel is mentioned multiple times. So if Egypt is going to war with the nation of Israel, then that means that the biblical character has to be true. I'm gonna give you another example.
Why? Why do they have to be true?
Because it's history.
It's in their opponent's history.
Right. Not only that, we have the Moabite stone. We have artifacts that have been found.
Who created that history though? Who put it
So-
in
so
there?
we-
Who created it? I'm just asking you a question. I'm asking him a question.
You talking about like the Egyptians that have the Israelites in their records?
Yes,
They're people. So let me ask you this question.
but
so
they never seen Jesus.
Okay, so if
No,
you
but-
go ahead.
No, but
They never
no,
knew
but
Jesus.
no. I'm talking about in antiquity. I'm talking about
And see, my thing is that they didn't twist it around. Not they. I'm just saying society had twisted around. They didn't make Jesus God.
no. Here's what I'm saying. There's historical artifacts that have been
Right,
found that literally talk about their experiences with the nation of Israel. I'm going to give you an example. I gave you one with Egypt, the walls, the history of their wars, right? Another one is the way that when you read the transliteration, they called Israel Yisrael.
Yeah.
That's in their walls. So anytime they reference the nation of Israel, they pronounce it as Yisrael, right? There's another one where you read about Joshua, right? The Joshuan conquest. I forgot what king it was, but there was a king in Canaan that actually wrote a letter, right, or reached out to the king of Egypt saying that this Hibaru, I forgot if I'm saying it correctly, was out there causing all kind of issues that they needed help. So what I'm saying is, when we study history, we have to be sincere and honest. There's historical evidence of the nation of Israel existing in antiquity. Because if we're going to say the Egyptians existed, then we have to take into account the experiences with the neighbors. The Moabites existed. Why? Because you know what I'm saying. So we have all these other nations that literally had a experience with the nation of Israel. I'm gonna give you an example. King David married one of the Egyptian daughters. Right? That's historical evidence. That's already why? Because they made an allegiance. That's documented in the Bible. So theologians and even scholars are never going to dispute the historicity or the validity of the biblical history. A lot of people are not going to dispute that because they use the Bible to literally the Stone Age. I mean, not the Stone Age, but
to mark their history.
yeah, exactly.
Who was King James?
King James is as far as
King James was just the person that transcribed it.
had the Bible.
He didn't try. He was a
He had
king that facilitated, right?
They said that they said that King James was gay.
They said a lot of things about.
They said a lot of things, right?
I'm just
can't
saying,
prove that, though. They
it's
can't
just
prove
so much stuff. It's just so much
But
stuff. So the thing about it is guys, is that what's wrong with researching and then
No, that's what we're doing. That's why we're
just giving you the
we're
information.
confident on what we're telling you right now.
if the truth is up on a rock, and would you believe that these characters never existed though?
Would I believe it?
Yeah.
Well, I can't because the reason
I'm
being-
saying at where your belief is right now, because it's hard for someone who have been believing something all their life, and then when someone brings them something that tries to enlighten them, it's just like, which is like my grandmother them who grew up Christian.
Right. And so
It's hard,
So this
brother.
is the thing, brother, right? The reason why I say I can't, because why? I look at the Bible in many different facets. One is for even, quote unquote, spirituality, right? But also as well as historical, and also there's songs and poems in it, right?
It's a great
letters
book.
and letters
It's
as
a
well.
great book,
So that's why I
man.
say I can't look at that. Why? Because when you look at it from, if you say we want to look at it through a lens from historical presidents, it has validity because
does.
of all the other surrounding people.
it has validity to
But with
it.
that being said, that now throws out the window that these guys are just figures and they're not actual real people, because like how the brother was bringing out, we see them in other historical records. This is why I mentioned to you early. I said, let's say if we just say the Bible, right, King James. Let's just say we never even had it, right? The King James, how they got the Bible, is because scribes translated from the different languages into what we have the English, right?
Totally different, though.
But hold on.
It's
Wait real quick.
Yeah, totally different.
They had somebody's historical records first. That's why I said it would be irresponsible of me to say that that is not right and the validity is not in that, because we had the same style of papyrus, if you will, dealing with Egyptian. It's their records, right? Israelites had it, their scribes, their scrolls in their records. It just people took it and transferred it into a Bible form.
You're absolutely
So
right.
to say that these guys are fake, no, it's actually somebody's history. It just be put into Bible form.
Yeah,
or
but
book form.
but remember, they are the people who created that. It's not coming from Jesus himself,
But see, but brother,
because
you
they never existed.
But you're saying that because you have a biased opinion.
Right, exactly.
We're not even talking about theology or religion.
Yeah.
We're just talking about science, right? We're talking about the different sciences. One of them is archaeology. We have a plethora of first centuries individuals that speak about their experience in Jerusalem or in Jewry. We have like the brother Clement, right? We have his writings, right? We have Philo. We have Josephus, right? We have the Essenes, right? We have from the Qumran caves, we have a plethora of scrolls which are attested to or that are used today to accumulate the Bible. This is well before Christ even walked the scene. These are people that are literally speaking about their experience, and also we see their ruins. So in the same way that we can walk into Egypt and see other infrastructure there of antiquity, we can do the same thing in the region of Israel. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, the bottom line is going to be this: what is the standard that we're going to utilize to have a high level of scholarship, right, and transparency with history, right? Because we're literally giving you information that you can. It's a quick Google search, and you can see that we're not lying,
right?
And you can literally walk the earth right now and go see it for yourself if you ever decide to get on a plane, right? So it's really
So you basically saying what you said. That's your belief to say that every last one of those characters inside the Bible exists.
I'm gonna give you an example, right? Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The Bible talks about the city Sodom and Gomorrah.
Let me ask you this real quick before that.
Go ahead.
So do you believe that that's an actual place?
What?
Sodom and Gomorrah, or is that a state of mind?
No. I'm gonna get to that. Watch this. Sodom and Gomorrah literally exist.
Where was it located at?
I don't know the specific region in the top of my head right now.
Because it never existed.
No, but no. It does exist.
It's not a place. It's not a place.
People have visited, they have sulfur on it, and they can literally see the region of it. When the Bible describes the region of it,
guys, let's be mindful of that. If you say something over and over and over and over and over and over, does that make it true or not?
Well,
because a lie is only when you have regurgitated throughout the years and years and years. That doesn't make it the truth.
Well, so here's the thing I would say to that. I could agree with you, but the point is that people that are, like how the brother's saying, the science of it, people that don't even believe in God, right? But bringing up the science into it,
you got to bring it to science.
But bringing the science to it adds validity to the Bible. Like, I'll give you an example.
Because we cannot exist without science.
Here's the science, right? Here's the science. This is what scholars say, right? Archaeological and geographical findings suggest the biblical cities of Sodom. Now, watch this. Watch this.
What do suggest? Because see, guys.
Hold on. Let me finish though. Let me finish. Right. Suggest the biblical city of Sodom and Gomorrah were located. Remember, these are people that don't necessarily believe in the theology of it. Exactly. These are people that are just doing the art. So they're not going to speak it. Okay. So that's what they say. Suggest, right?
No dog in the fight.
Right. Exactly. So these are non-biased scholarly findings, right? Archaeological and geological findings suggest the biblical cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were located near the southern Dead Sea, right? With key sites including Tal El Haman, right? I can't pronounce those names. Evidence. This is the evidence, right? Evidence include. This is why they're saying this. We believe that this is the city of Sodom and Gomorrah because this is the evidence. Thick ash layers, evidence of intense rapid fire destruction, and this is the key. 90% of pure sulfur balls embedded in white ash. It is the only place in the world where you can find this. I just told you.
Where? What country is it?
In Israel.
Is it there right now?
In that region.
It's there right now. Yeah, right now. There's if you go to YouTube and if you go to YouTube right now, you'll see people that are physically going there, and they'll tell you, and they're literally testing the residue what's there right now. That's where they get 90% sulfur. There's nowhere else in the planet where you can find that type of evidence. So when the Bible and it's in the same location that the Bible talks about.
Right, exactly.
So that's not a
So
coincidence.
if you're talking about how do we know it's true, do you believe in evidence by any stretch of the imagination?
I do.
So if you
believe
believe,
more it's a science.
but I'm saying, but if you believe in the evidence, then the evidence is showing that it's right here. That's what I'm telling
And
you.
these are people that don't even really believe in the Bible like that. These are just
Right.
people. These are just scholars and experts in their field, and they're going to really.
A lot of them don't believe in God.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, this is where we're just gonna have to agree and disagree, because I just believe that
Okay.
that all of that stuff is just a state of mind.
Okay.
You know, God, we're all gods. Jesus said that, right? He said we're all gods.
Yeah, but we're not the Most High God.
Who is that though?
Who do you think it is?
No, I'm asking you.
Who's the Most High God?
Yeah.
The one that created everything here. This is why he's called the Most High God, because nothing is on his level.
But who is that?
Who is that?
Yeah.
It's a creator.
But who is that?
God of the Bible.
Okay.
God
But,
of
but
Abraham.
I'm asking you guys a question. Who do you say?
That's what I'm saying.
Who do you say that particular Most High is? Because those are only words. Those are only just words that they have taught us in church about the Most High,
And that's-
Jesus,
and that's
and
why-
stuff like that. There.
That's why I
I'm just
validate
asking
who I
a
think
simple
he is.
question
It's
is,
the one that created everything here. So that's why I'm asking you.
but
you
who
think that
is that though? Who?
Well, look, also, his words became true. So we see
Who,
prophecy.
who is that he? Because I don't believe he. I don't believe that it's a he or a she. So see, guys, it's very misleading because now he's telling me it's a he created, but who is that he?
Here's the reason, right? The reason that, just like anything else, let's be practical about it, right?
Right.
If we don't know each other, right?
No,
In order for you to,
I love what you guys doing though. Yeah.
no, I got you. But in order for you to get to know me, a stranger, right?
Right.
We have to have conversations. You need to know
Right.
certain things about me.
Right.
The problem is that you don't even have a real understanding of the God of the Bible. So when you ask this question,
Yeah, but the God doesn't live in the Bible. God don't
no,
believe
no,
God
but
lives
I'm
in the
saying
Bible.
The Bible is a testament of who He
Yeah, but he
is.
don't live in the Bible though.
we're holding
yeah.
that stance of that he lives in the
okay,
Bible.
yes.
Like the brother just said, he's
Because see,
it's
my
a-
grandmother, my mother, remember,
Right.
they are Christians.
But you hear what the brother just said though?
What did he say?
He said it's a testament of him, right?
Right.
So that what he's saying that we can go to the Bible and literally understand him more so as far
It's
as
just-
like dealing with. Go ahead.
It's just like, for example, like the Native Americans, right? One of the ways that they were able to pass on information or knowledge is through an oral tradition. We have oral traditions in Africa that speak to the Creator as well. We also have, like I said, back into different neighborhoods, we have testaments of Egyptians, the Moabites, and all these different nations that literally went to war with Israel and said, the God of Israel. They recognize the God of Israel. So this is not something new. It may be
Right.
new to you because you're not familiar with the information. You see what I'm saying? So we're not here to convince you. All we're here is simply to just share information for you to do your own studies. You know
Not
what I'm
only
saying?
that, we're here to just, I'm getting enlightened from you guys. It's to educate. I appreciate you guys, but my thing is that we got to know who God is, though. People don't even know who God is.
Here's the thing. The Bible tells you how to get to know God.
Right.
How? Tell me.
Okay, what's this?
No. I want to know through you. How do you say I get to know God?
Well, what do you mean?
Because
It's not my words.
The point was that the Bible tells you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's his point.
And that's what we're trying to tell you. The whole usage of the Bible is to get to read the contents of it and understand it, to have a somewhat.
But you guys never answered my question, though. Who you said is God?
Well, no,
is?
I answered the question. He is the creator of everything. That's who
But
God
who
is.
is
Like,
he?
for instance, I give you an example,
You
right?
keep using the he.
watch
So
this.
you basically saying that
Now watch this. Watch this.
God
watch this.
is a man.
Okay, so watch this.
He has masculine features.
Yahweh, right? It means just he exists or it exists. So even it,
Yeah.
it's just it exists or he exists. So the whole concept of it is the existence of is there.
I could agree with that.
Okay.
He has no beginning. He has
No end.
Absolutely.
But now the question will be is, can God take on an ontological being?
What I can answer that is that I'm gonna put it like this right here. When people ask me who God is, I can only say energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's the cause and effect of itself. It's evenly present in all places at the same time. Name me something in this universe that can be evenly present, and that can be in all places
I got a better
at the
question.
same time. No.
No, I got to go into what you're saying.
Yeah, answer that for me first, right there. Give me something that can be evenly present that could be everywhere at the same time.
I got you. I got you.
What you say?
I got you. Now watch
That's
this.
God.
No, watch this. Watch this.
That's God.
So the
He
creation.
said no.
No, hold on, real quick.
Why would you say no? Why would? Did you hear what he just said? Why would he say no?
Do air create?
Can air create a human being?
Guys, God is okay. Now, first of all, we cannot limit God. Now,
But you don't even know God.
how can
You're
I
speaking-
not know God?
you're speaking- you're
to
spe-
know God is to know yourself.
No, see, different people believe in different gods, right? We're talking about a particular deity. We're talking about the creator, right?
Who
Like
is
if you
that,
talk,
though?
if you, here's what I'm saying. If you talk to someone of Asiatic descent, right, they're gonna believe Buddha and all these different things. If you talk to a Muslim, they're gonna believe like everybody has a different belief
But
system.
who is right though?
What do you mean who's right?
I'm just asking you a question. You said so many people. I'm just asking you a question.
But see, here's the thing
because
though.
I-
You're asking a question from a negative, right? But here's
No, I'm asking a question because I want to know.
okay. Well,
Because
let me
the
put.
negative,
Hold on, real quick.
Because for you to say negative, that's in you. That is not in
No,
me.
I'm saying, and when I mean a negative, I mean from a place of known. I'm gonna put you in the hot seat, right?
Come on.
Creation, right? When you look around right now, you see trees, you see the wind, you see human beings, you see all kind of different things,
It's
right?
all God,
That
brother.
but the energy, right? Where does the energy come from?
It's
What
all
is
God.
it? What power or what energy or what is it that created all this thing?
God.
Which God?
God.
What's his name?
Energy is.
But you have to prove that though. You say how easy you like the same energy that you keep it to us, we could hold it to you. How do you prove what you believe? Do we just believe you because you said it? What is the tangible evidence that we should believe your perspective of the world?
Okay, I'm gonna give you the answer for that.
Go ahead.
Now, after I give it to you, it's up to you to go and research it about air, about wind, about vibration, about energy. Only thing that I can do is just have a intelligent conversation with you when you get home, or you do your own research, because that's how you find. That's how you find the truth.
So okay, so what God? How do you prove what you believe as far as who created all of this?
I just told you, energy. It's all created through energy.
But where does the energy come from?
That energy is the creator.
Okay, what's his name? Or what's her name?
I just told you. We going on and on and
But
on.
how do you prove it though? Is what I'm saying. How do you prove it?
So energy.
To prove it is just. Go ahead.
It's a word that was created by a man. So you saying that man created God? That's what you saying?
I'm saying that energy cannot be created. It cannot be destroyed. It's evenly present.
I want to deal with
And
something.
it can be in the same places at the same time. And I can say that energy is. People, the scientists really don't even know what energy is.
Well, I want to
They just know that energy exists.
talk to you about something because the brother.
What do you guys believe when you die? Do y'all believe that you go to heaven or hell or a place like that?
Well, Ecclesiastes says when we die, everybody's spirit goes to one place
Where's that?
where the Father is.
Where's that
and
at?
gets judged.
Where's
Wherever the Father dwells.
See, nobody knows. See?
Well,
So
no,
say-
it ain't that nobody knows. It's the third heaven.
Where's that heaven at, though?
Nobody's ever been there.
Nobody's ever been
So
there.
how
and
do
lived.
you know it exists then if nobody never been there before? That's what I'm saying. See, that's the stuff
How do you
that.
know air exists?
Okay, I tell you what then. If you think it don't exist, then oxygen. If you think oxygen don't exist, put your hand over your
And that's why I want to
How
talk.
do you know that that's air?
Just like you watch The Matrix. Do you really think that's air that you believing in? I'm breathing in.
You gotta watch the Matrix. Though.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's the question he deposited in Neo. Is that air that you breathing in? But I want to harp on something because the brother asked you about energy.
Right.
And you said he asked you where does it come from, and you said the creator. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So now understand something what you just said. Now you
Now,
said, wait, real quick.
Be mindful that they are all one and the same.
But hold on, real quick. You said the creator.
Well, I just
But I'm
use
saying,
that term.
but so, but you're quantifying now that it's a source, and creator means somebody singular.
Right.
Somebody did it. Now, whatever it is, they did it.
Well,
So
I'm
that's what the brother-
saying that energy. I'm saying that energy is God.
And so, and that's what I was getting.
That's what I'm basically
that's why
saying.
That's why I was breaking down the name, right? It just literally means it exists or he exists. So
Wait.
I believe that right there.
Well, you agree with us then, because we're saying the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I kept trying to say. And that's why I asked you the other question is, can that whatever it is, energy,
Yeah,
take
but-
on, well, hold on, take on an ontological being, mean it can take on as a form of something.
Absolutely.
And so when
It can be whatever it wants to because it is.
so when we say it's a he, we see in the Bible that the ontological being is being taken place comes in a form as a he. That's all we're saying.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you on that one. I
Now,
got you on that.
last thing, right?
Come
You know what we're about. We're about loving God, right? First love, right?
Right.
In the event that this world was to be restarted, right?
What you mean by restart?
Restarted, like how you see people up here, society, civilization.
Right, I get
In the event that this place to be restarted, how would you say one could be part of the people, or be part of the people that survived the restart?
I'm not understanding you talking about.
So, like for instance,
restart. Restart from what though? You saying that? Are you saying
okay,
that?
let's deal with this, right? Even if we don't want to deal with the Bible right now, when we look at civilization as a whole, right, and we study that their history, over 200 civilizations attest to a flood happening, where the earth pretty much got resetted.
Okay.
Without even dealing with the Bible, there's
Gotcha.
200 civilizations
Right.
attest to that, right?
Right.
Now, there will be another reset, right, pertaining to what the Bible says, right? So my question
What
is,
kind of reset will it be? You say?
with fire,
Okay.
right? So with that reset, it's going to be reset with fire, where pretty much power structures will shifted. Civilization as a whole will be turned around, if you will, to a better direction.
Right.
Right. My question will be is, how can someone who's on this side of the reset,
Right.
right, make it on the other side of the reset when things get destroyed?
I'm just trying to figure this thing out. When you talk about the other side,
Salvation. Or do you believe in salvation?
absolutely not.
You don't believe in salvation?
Explain it to me. What you mean about salvation? Are you talking about like?
Well, in the sense of the word, being saved from something, being saved from judgment.
Absolutely.
No?
Absolutely.
So you just think? Do you think people can just go out here and just do whatever, and then no judgment will happen to them?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because
So you don't believe people can be saved from judgment?
saved from what? You
No.
got to save yourself. You got to be
I
saved.
agree.
You have to be saved from yourself because there is no such thing as judgment because there is no such thing as death. Who's gonna judge you? Because
So a physical being yourself can't die.
well, yeah, this
So there-
body can die.
So there's something that's death.
I'm just talking about your spirit will always live. You know, it's just like if you die.
I got a question, right? The God that you believe in, does he intervene on your behalf at all?
I don't know about no guy that you talking about though.
The God that you believe in.
What guy?
the energy that you believe in.
You say you believe in a God. The energy goes back to God, the creator. You just said that.
Energy. I believe in
Okay.
energy.
Does the God that you believe in, does he or she intervene on your behalf? Yes or no?
I intervene on myself.
No. I'm asking you about the God that you believe in. Does he or she intervene on your behalf?
Energy does if you go against the natural laws of the universe. Yes.
Explain that.
Explain. Yeah.
Meaning that I believe in the law of karma. I believe in that the things that you put out in the universe, I believe that if I throw a tennis ball off a wall, I believe it comes back to
So you
me.
believe in karma.
Yes, I believe in karma.
You know that comes from the
believe-
Bible.
I know.
I know.
You know, the more you
I believe
listen. The
I
more
believe
you
in
talk,
vibration.
but listen. The more the usage of your vocabulary is a little off. But the essence of what you're saying, we can literally demonstrate that in the Bible.
Bible,
Do
exactly.
you understand that? The Bible literally talks about karma. You just.
That's why you. That's why
Hey,
you.
just listen.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
brother.
yeah,
Come
it's-
on. What we doing?
That's why you
What we
say
doing?
I like what y'all do. Yeah, because you
I'm not
your
saying
soul
that
resonates
it's
with it.
not in the Bible.
Right.
I'm not saying.
So where does it
the
come from?
Bible
Where does that
is a
concept come
good-
from?
It's a good book. It's just a. It's
You know
a,
you've been agreeing with the Bible the whole time, right?
It's a
Exact
good
time.
guy.
Just for the record.
I don't disagree with the
Low-key
Bible.
speaking.
You do though.
No, really, I don't. It's a good guy. I tell everybody they need to read the Bible. It's a good guy. It'll help you It'll help you in life.
You know what we believe in the Bible? One of the reasons that we believe, because this book is literally our history book. Do you understand
It's
that?
a good history book, but people have turned it around. Now they believe in that. They turning Jesus
No, you
into
missed what I said.
God.
You missed what I said. You missed what I said.
Let me read.
When we go to the library, we
Right.
go to there's a section that says history, right?
Right.
So if you want to be more familiar with historical accounts, customs, cultures, people groups, right, whatever, we go into this particular section and we pick up these books that scholarly books, right? We don't just and that have done extensive research on the particular topic, right?
Right.
I'm telling you that one of the reasons why we believe in the Bible, right, is
Right.
because we, without a shadow of a doubt, can attest to it being our history books. A book or literature that talks about our history, talks about our forefathers, talks about our culture, talks about where we come from, talks about how we worship, talks about, you know what I'm saying? How do we eat? How
But
do
it has nothing to do with trying to get you to know heaven and hell, because all those places does not
That's
exist.
Christianity.
That's Christianity.
That's Christianity.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you're convoluting.
Yeah.
You're convoluting
I thought
theology.
you guys were Christians.
We're Christians in the sense that we follow Christ, and basis of how the first century AD Christians like Peter and them followed them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But as far as Christian is dealing with Christianity, that's two different things, because why? They don't follow.
They follow Jesus.
Well, no,
They
follow white Jesus.
They follow white Jesus, but
They sure do.
But for the record, they don't even really follow Jesus, because if they
sure
did,
do.
they would do what Jesus says, right? And Jesus talked about, if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven, keep the commandments, what they don't do, right? So,
Where's the kingdom of heaven up there?
well, the Bible also says the kingdom of heaven is within you, right? And so that's why we're out here telling our people that you see all the time on Saturday.
And see, I tell people there's
To come
nothing
back.
outside of you, man. Everything,
Right.
all the answers, you got it.
Right.
It's inside of you.
But
If you want to read the Bible,
No, let's be more clear.
Yeah,
The
I
kingdom
was
of heaven is just a figurative way of talking about power, right? A
Exactly.
nation, right? So
absolutely.
So
all your power is in you.
But understand what he's saying, though.
You can create whatever you
listen,
want
when you
to.
talk about the kingdom of heaven, when
What?
you look at the word heaven, it's a way of denoting
Heaven,
power.
heaven means to do what?
No power.
No, heaven does not mean power.
Yes. When you look into it,
Absolutely not.
Listen, the way that is utilized as far as
Absolutely not. I'm talking about the word heaven now.
No. But we're talking about a culture.
Yeah.
For example, the lingo that we speak, right? When we do music, we speak in what? Similes, right? We figuratively speaking, right? So in the same way that we utilize this way of communicating in music and entertainment, it's the same way that we can see in the Bible. There's a lot of things that the way that is, for example, in the antiquity, they talked about prophetically about something they saw in the future, but because it wasn't something that they were used to, something that wasn't there, they just described it in a way to where they can make it relatable to their particular time. The same way right now, we don't know a lot of these things about artificial intelligence, robots, and all these different things. Autonomous vehicles, 50, 40 years ago, we didn't know, we thought that was a movie.
Right.
But now we're living it, right? But my point is this. The kingdom of heaven that is described in the Bible is a literal place on earth.
I don't believe that.
What do you mean? What do you believe?
Listen to what he said.
I don't believe that.
The Bible. Here's why.
And
Because
Jesus, and then, go ahead.
Listen to what he said.
the Bible says, the Bible describes that the nation of Israel were supposed to be that are going to have an inheritance here on earth from the Nile to the Euphrates. And this is what, when you look into Israel today, the Zionist government, this is something that they attest to. This is why you see all those wars in that
I
particular
understand
region.
that,
but here's what I'm saying.
We swerving off a little bit.
No.
though.
It's going.
We
I'm
swerving
coming.
off a little
I'm
bit
coming
now.
back on point.
bring him back.
They believe the same thing, right? The only difference is we believe, according to Scripture and everything, all the evidence that we have, that they're not the people that are going to be receiving that inheritance. What I'm saying to you is the Bible, right? Our forefathers, our prophets within our community were given revelation that land, that particular region, that landmass was going to be an inheritance for us. So the kingdom of heaven is a government here on earth ruled and managed by Israelites.
Right. And that's all. When the kingdom of heaven is within you, it's going to be ruled by us. But we have to do what we have to do to get there and make it. By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments is one of them. That's why Moses said, now choose life and death. Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what he mean by choosing life or death, he was just only talking about.
Because we have the capability to get to.
He talking about your consciousness to understand righteousness, to understand from not living in darkness.
I agree with you.
That's
That's what he
talking
But that's
about.
what the commandments
Not
are
no-
light. That's why in the book of Psalms it says the commandments is a lamp to your path to keep you out of darkness.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
but when you keep
That's
the
true.
commandments, right, it's that conscious state
It's that
gets,
consciousness
that gets you right.
Yeah.
I give you prime
And I
example.
also believe that, back to his point when we was talking about air, I also believe that consciousness is God. That's God, man. Because, guys, if you just think about this right here, if you put your hand over your nose, if you just put your hand over your mouth and nose, within about 45 minutes, you lose what? First, you lose your consciousness. You go in a state of consciousness. So consciousness is a form. See, God is not only just.
So when you lose
God,
state of consciousness, where do you go? What kicks in?
well,
Like for instance, if you're in a coma, are you in a state of consciousness?
but you still living though.
But are you staying in consciousness if you're in a coma?
You're not in a state of consciousness.
Okay, because you have a subconscious, correct?
You absolutely do.
Okay, so what happens there though?
Well, you just in that subconscious.
So that's not God?
What? Absolutely, it's God.
I'm surprised.
Absolutely, it's God.
I'm surprised.
That's what I
Okay.
believe God is. See, I don't believe God is just for me to just sit up. See, I can't limit God. You guys can't limit God.
No, we're not limiting God.
We can't limit God,
But
man.
you're limiting God though.
How's I'm limiting God? I'm saying that God is everything that you see, brother. I'm saying that's an attribute of God. Everything, man.
Do you know that us walking right now here on earth at this particular moment,
Right.
talking about the Bible, prophesying on the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Being a witness to the testament of the current events that are occurring right now,
Right.
that we are a living, walking testament of a creator?
Okay.
Because think about it, if we've been prophesying, if we're telling you that our ancestry goes back to the nation of Israel, and we have been saying for I don't know how long that all these things are going to occur, right? And we have historical accounts of prophets of antiquity doing the same thing that we're doing right now, prophesying on things not yet to happen. But we've been prophesying about the conflicts in the Middle East, so-called Middle East right now, with everything that's going on revolving around Israel, the things that are going with Iran.
Everything's in perfect harmony, though.
But here's the thing, though. It is in perfect harmony. But who's been prophesying the perfect harmony? To the T.
To the T.
The Bible already said it. We have scrolls that predate. Right, goes back to the 200 BC.
Mm-hmm.
The Essenes wrote a lot of these things. This is well over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, but what about the people that was
But did you hear what I
before
said,
the
brother?
Bible, though?
No, but here's what I'm saying, though, brother. No. I'm talking about before the Bible was codified or not codified, but canonized the way we see it today, right? I'm telling you, if there's a group of people in antiquity, well over 2,000 years ago, that prophesied the things that you are witnessing today, that are prophesying about the harmony that you attest to and you agree with.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So where do they get that revelation from? From the Creator. And when they said, this is my experience with the Creator and this is the things that He has revealed to me, and they put it on paperwork, why would we not believe or take heed to that wisdom?
Exactly.
Yeah, but they don't have no more power than you got.
That's
or I
not
got.
true. Think about it.
How can they be
If
more
I know
powerful than you?
No. Hold on. What do you mean more powerful than me?
I'm talking about the power means that your level of understanding, because more understanding you get, the more you rise
So
up.
you think
to,
that we know
to
more?
Be a God.
You think that we know more than someone that's seen the future?
Who's seen the future?
I was just
Because
speaking
the
about
only-
prophets. I talked about individual men of great revere, right?
Let me ask you, but
Righteous men that received revelation
I'ma
from the
answer that.
Creator
I'ma
and
answer that.
were able to see a glimpse of the future
I'ma
and
answer that.
put it on paperwork for us to read today.
I'm gonna ask you this question. I believe that the future doesn't exist.
So tomorrow doesn't exist?
No, sir.
Next second don't exist.
No.
What about this?
No.
So how am I getting my car?
So, okay.
Next
Slow down.
second just happened.
Guys. The only thing that exists is right now.
Here's the thing, right?
No,
I got you.
wait. Okay. I answered his question. He said he said this time and all this stuff. Think about the time when you was in high school. Tell me a little something about what you did in high school.
I did a lot of things in high school.
Okay. When are you thinking about that, though?
Huh?
When are you thinking about that? what you did in high
That's a
school.
false
No,
equivalency.
wait, hold on, bro. I'm just asking him a simple question.
I got a question for him. Though.
No, I'm just asking a simple question. When are you thinking about that?
When am I thinking about my past?
No, you just said that you did a lot of things in high school.
I did.
So when are you actually thinking about that?
I mean, it may be a memory come up any time about my past.
Okay, but it goes back again. For you to think about your past, when are you operating that energy, that thought?
I'm not.
But that's not what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
That's
not.
what I'm talking about. Oh,
Hold on, but you.
why y'all want?
No, I'm not understanding what you're saying.
No, but
I'm asking
yeah,
you.
That's not on point.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
You're not on topic though.
Well,
I'm gonna give you.
I may not.
I'm gonna show you
I
why.
may not be on top of because you may not understand what I'm saying.
No,
so,
but I'm trying to answer,
now,
but I don't
for
understand
you
what
to
I'm
say
saying.
I know
that,
what you're saying.
Your
no,
point was that you don't believe in the future.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to deal with.
No, he's saying you're thinking in real
see
time.
now
So-
y'all about proving wrong. I'm trying to get to the understanding because we are all only trying to
I
get an
got it real quick.
understanding.
Okay, if I could. I'm gonna give you topic, right? When we read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68, the Most High told Moses, right, the historical figure, he said, there's gonna come a time in the future where I'm going to send the children of Israel back to bondage in ships.
Right.
So when someone's prophesying on something in the future is already foretold. That means there's a future
There is no
that
future,
exists
brother.
that you're
it
not
doesn't
experiencing.
exist. The only thing that exists is right now.
Okay.
You can't operate anything. You can't operate the past. You can't operate the future.
Let me ask
you
you a
can
question.
only hold on for a minute. You can only operate in the now.
But I get that. But what I'm saying is the
There
point
is no future,
if someone sees if the
doesn't
creator
exist.
if the creator reveals
It's
to
an
you,
illusion. I'm trying to tell you,
it's not an illusion if it comes to pass.
You understand what he's
It
saying?
doesn't
But
exist.
He doesn't understand what I'm
You understand what he's saying?
Right, go ahead.
In a particular chapter, Deuteronomy 28, right? It talked about in the future, right? If you don't do certain things will come upon you. One of the things that was said to happen is a transatlantic slave trade will happen. People will go into slavery via ships, right? Where can we see that at in history today? A group of people, a civilization of people going into slave ships. Where can we see that?
I'm not sure.
Transatlantic slave trade
Oh, okay.
with slavery, right?
Right.
But the Bible, over 2,000 years ago,
Well over
2,000 years ago, said that will be a future event happen if you don't follow what I tell you to do. And we see that happening with 1492, 1619.
It even prophesied that our forefather was going to touch the borders or the shores of America. They're not living that experience at the moment that is being told to them, but this is a future event that's going to happen no matter what anybody does, that they know that inevitably their children's children to the 10th generation are going to experience. The same way, so how is it that someone from in antiquity is able to have that level of revelation and then it comes to pass? The same thing with like when we go into the prophet Daniel. The prophet Daniel got revelation about the captivities of Israel in antiquity with Babylon, the Medes, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, and then going into present time in America. These are all things that are being foretold.
Right.
Meaning prophecy is something that's told before it happens. Right? And if it doesn't happen, then it's not a prophecy. You're a false prophet. We have prophets, literal prophets of the Bible that have foretold us the future that we're experiencing right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Which I disagree with, though.
that's fine.
It's not disagree.
But I'm just challenging your thought process.
They
when it
just
comes
only taking a
about
guess
future.
at it because nobody knows, brother.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Knows.
Can you
Because you can leave here right now. You don't know if you're gonna make it to your car. Remember
Okay,
what
so
you just said
now
is
what-
that you going to your car.
now watch this now. Can the human body live forever?
No.
Does it have to die?
Yes.
Is that a future tense that it will die?
I'm trying to.
That's a great. Your biology tells you your future. Oh my God.
That's made up, brother.
No,
Don't
bro.
believe everything.
Dying is made up.
Dying
That's
is not
made-
made up, brother.
Yeah.
Your human body, do you agree your human body can last forever?
We only gonna transform.
That's not what I'm asking. Do you believe your human body can last forever? Your physical being.
This physical being is not gonna last forever.
So you would say that your physical being has to die.
It's gonna die.
Is that a future tense?
I'm just gonna say it's gonna die.
So in the future it is.
But the future doesn't exist.
But you're gonna die one day.
I'm gonna die one day.
So if
But
you-
I'm just trying to get y'all.
tomorrow.
I'm just trying to get y'all.
Or is it now?
Guys.
Is it in an hour?
Guys. I know y'all want to team up on me. He
No,
wanna team
no,
up
brother.
on-
No, it's not that. It's
But I
not that,
still
brother.
love y'all, though.
It's not that, brother.
Because
It's not
listen,
that, brother. It's not that, brother.
listen, we doing this, guys, in the spirit of love.
Yeah.
It's not,
And
it's
that's
not
all that matters.
It's not that. It's not
Listen,
that.
we
And let me ask y'all another question then.
Yeah.
Do y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all another question.
Yeah.
Do anything exist other than love? Because I believe
Hate exists.
Hate it.
How?
Evil, yeah, evil
It
exists.
does not.
Yes, it does.
It does not. Only thing that exists is
Hold on.
guys.
Hold on. Okay. Have you not?
Yeah.
What about Gaza? Is that love in Gaza? What is that in Gaza?
Slow down.
I was getting ready. That's my first question. Is pedophilia love?
Okay, guys. Here we go again, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, we gotta get that.
No, don't take it like that, brother. You already know we had a conversation.
I know.
Yeah.
We having a good time.
Yeah,
Remember now, when a person have hate inside their heart, that means that they are not centered no more. Because we are created through what? Love.
That's not true.
We are created.
That's not true.
How was
If
we
a
created?
woman, if in extreme marriages, a woman gets violated and she procreates a child through that,
It's still,
is that love?
that's still love.
Man, I'm kidding.
Nah,
Man,
bro,
that's
we
what
can't
it's
do
not
that.
saying
It's
to
still
love.
love.
We can't.
Everything is love.
Brother,
on,
rape is not love, brother. We can't do that.
No, I'm saying
We can't do that.
that.
We can't
I'm
do that.
saying
No,
that.
no,
I'm
brother.
saying that seed.
No.
I'm saying that before this guy done that.
But the conception is not done in love. It's done in.
No, I'm not talking about the conception. I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about that
Before
energy.
she gets violated?
Yes, I'm talking about when
No,
that
bro.
seed. Hold on. I'm talking about when that seed come from another earth plane to its. So you believe before you got here, where you come from?
The creator.
I'm glad you say this.
No.
here.
I'm saying, where was you?
My soul, my spirit,
Yes,
the creator,
but where?
where he dwells. What you mean?
But hold on. You believe that we come from another plane, correct?
Yeah, I believe that we're all just transformed and
From a different plane, correct?
yeah, from a different plane,
Prove it.
and we're gonna be reincarnated.
Okay, prove it. How do you prove it?
You just keep on living,
But I'm saying,
and you just keep.
how do you prove it? Where's the evidence of that? Where's the evidence of that?
Right.
This is where I'm going with. Just like how you couldn't prove that Christ was buried or whatever, or these biblical figures didn't exist, you couldn't prove that. The same way you can't prove that plane, right?
No, we proved it though.
But I'm saying we proved it.
Yeah, we
but I'm
proved
saying for instance. That's what I'm saying.
What did y'all prove?
You see how hard it is to make up your own religion?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get him to understand.
Your religion.
I'm trying to get him to understand his religion.
I'm 100%
To have the equivalence of that, you can't. There's no evidence to prove that. So for you to hold that stance, it's problematic to hold that same stance of, oh, I don't know where this person is buried, because you can't prove that as well.
It's
but
your,
you believe
it's
it.
your
though.
opinion.
It's your opinion.
Yeah, it's your
But you
opinion.
believe that though. That there's another plane.
You know what that
but
makes
you
you?
can't prove it.
Religious.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
you're
now,
religious.
okay,
Right,
now
very much so.
I'm gonna ask y'all this right here. Then, so y'all only believe that this is it right here,
As far as
What
what?
you mean?
this
Plane?
Earth plane.
No, we don't. But I'm
So
asking you the
is
question.
it other places? Is it other beings?
Well, that's what the
There's a spiritual realm,
right.
right? There's a spiritual realm.
Okay.
To answer your question.
Okay.
There's
Let me
a
ask you this.
physical realm, and then there's a spiritual realm.
What about those stars out there?
What about it?
Are they? Is it people living on those planes?
No,
You know that those are stars.
right,
Oh,
exactly.
see?
Exactly. That's
Okay, galaxies then.
How you know they're galaxies though?
Because science said
How do you know? Who's somebody been there?
You go it off, you believe what somebody else says.
no. I'm just going through the
I'm saying,
research.
Is somebody been there?
I believe that the Inukis, they be
The Anunnakis?
the Anunnakis.
In the Buru?
They was there before Jesus. Now,
Do you know? Let's deal with this. Do you know where Anunnaki, the whole ideology Anunnaki comes from?
not the whole one.
Okay, it comes from a guy named Stitchin. It's a white guy who made that ideology because he said he got some type of capability to read the Emerald tablets.
But let me ask you a question.
That nobody else could read
No,
except
did
him.
you-
Was they human beings though?
Huh?
Was they actually human
But
beings?
you understand what I just said to you? I said the ideology of the Anunnaki and the Nibiru comes from a guy named Stitchin, who had the quote-unquote revelation that he can read the Emerald tablets that nobody else could read, right? And this is how he came up with the concept of the Anunnaki, who's widely disagreed on peer reviews.
It's not. It's
So-
pseudo. It's
It's
pseudo.
pseudo, that's what I'm saying.
So you guys don't believe in them at all?
The Anunnaki?
Yes.
No, right? Well, actually, where they get that from is a person named Anak.
So you don't
in the
believe
Bible
that they
that
ever
had-
existed?
But here's what I'm saying. They get that from the Bible from a guy named Anak, and his children were known as the giants. That's why they said the Anunnaki are giants, right? They're tall. This is where they're getting it from.
You just believe a man who just came up with something, and there's no
Exactly.
evidence of what he's talking about. You see how that works? So when we talk about the Bible, you have pushback about historical figures and historical events, but then you're gonna talk about the Anunnaki,
Right.
where nobody can prove what he's saying.
Exactly. And the only reason I know this, brother, because I was once to you out in Anunnaki, Nibiru. So
You see how that's not
I'm
fair?
familiar with the information.
Yeah, you
but
see
when
how
you
that's not
start
fair?
actually researching it, this guy made it up.
And you said that they don't exist at all. They never existed.
It's an ideology that was created by one man, right? He's first of all, Stitchin is not even a historian. He's actually a journalist. When you research, he came with this understanding when he was on a ship, a voyage, and he was like, I can read the Immortales that nobody can read at the time. And then he came with the whole thing with the Anunnaki. This is why in his peer reviews, right, nobody disagrees with him. I mean, nobody agrees with him. Right?
It's just like, for example, do you believe we went to the moon?
Yes.
So when you go to the museum and you see the equipment that was used to go to the moon, do you think that that equipment
Can make it.
can make it to the moon? Have you been to the museum?
I haven't.
Are you
I've been dealing with aviation since I was in middle school, right? My dad was a member of the aviation for the Dominican Republic, and I'm telling you, if or when you visit the museum and you see the equipment that was used to allegedly go to the moon, there's no way possible. If anybody, any expert in that field, and I have a friend that works for NASA, by the way.
So you don't believe that?
Hell no.
No.
We don't have the equipment
Yeah.
nor the technology
about
to
to say.
make it to the moon.
And are you familiar with
Period.
this something called the Van Allen belt?
I'm not.
Okay, there's literally like a belt of radiation around Earth, if you will, right? That science attests to this, that even in the attempt of them trying to make it to space, they have to try to squeeze through the tiniest spot of the Van Allen belt of the radiation, but they can't do it because even that is so much radiation. So this is why even when they talk about the astronauts, when they come back and get tested, they have levels of radiation on them.
No, and what's this? How come we don't have a satellite in the moon?
Exactly.
How come we don't have any infrastructure in the moon? If we were able to make it to the moon in the 60s,
Right.
2026, I'm talking about we have the Space Force.
Listen,
How come the Space Force doesn't deploy to space?
there's a documentary, I believe Elon Musk is in it, but there's a guy in it that talks about they don't even have the technology to make it back to the moon. So now, like the brother was saying, you look at the technology that they had, was it 1969, 60 or something, right? If that technology that they're saying this is what they used to get to the moon, and technology is way advanced now, and this scientist is saying we don't have the capability to get to it today with the advancement of technology, you really have to question that technology back then, which the brother said.
But you see,
not applicable.
but you see how easy it is. You just substantiated. You had a firm belief on the science or things that were told to you, and not to be all racial about it, but from white people. If a white man told you about it, then you got to believe it. So, but you don't have no way of proving it. You have no way of proving that we went to the moon. You have no way of proving about the Anunnakis or whatever. So what I'm saying is, you believe in things that you yourself can't even prove. You can't prove it with any science. You can't prove it with any discipline. You can prove it with any historical literature. There's no evidence of what you believe in, is what I'm saying, as far as what you just mentioned. You know what I'm saying? But what we're talking about is things that are tangible. You can literally travel to these places and look at what we're talking about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And to that, brother, because like I said, I was once on that same type of time, right? when I got a hold of the Bible and start really seeing like the whole spirituality and the whole, like how you said, there's maybe a different dimension, if you like, if you will, right? Which we call that the third heaven, right? It helped me understand what's going on in the Bible, because at one I thought, oh, the Anunnaki, but then after that I know what is the actual reality of it is all laid on the Bible. This is why you have this understanding like, oh, what you guys are doing, I understand what y'all guys are doing, because it's resonating with you, right? It's just the right resonation.
Look as a Christian.
Right. I'm saying even with some of the stuff that you're believing, right? A lot of that stuff you believe in, right? It's the ideology of somebody that made up, right? But they got it from the Bible to put the forward of what they made up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can't make up energy though. Energy is.
Well, no, I'm not saying about the energy. I'm talking about the level of like, say, Anunnaki and Nibiru and all that stuff. He literally got that from, quote unquote, a knock from the Bible, if you will, because they talk about his sons being the giants, essentially.
Yeah, but all of them wasn't giants. Some of them was small though.
Yeah, we got it out.
Some of them was small men also.
But they was stronger than,
You know,
but they're bigger than humans though. But we got to get out of here, King. What's your
Y'all
name,
gotta
King?
go. Brian, man.
Brian, my name is Guy. It's a pleasure talking to you.
we-
again.
we-
I know y'all here every weekend.
Okay, well, let's
He
have
wasn't. He do.
I'm not.
No,
He wasn't here.
I was there when we talked to you down
Oh,
there.
you was out here?
yeah.
Where's the dark skinned brother?
Oh yeah.
He's not with us today.
He's not here.
Okay then. Y'all coming out tomorrow?
We're here next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, the story.
Hey, let's have another conversation next Saturday, man. Come up with a good topic so we can have a dialogue.
All right, go study the Bible though.
I'm telling you, study Bible, King.
I got it at the house. Everybody got the Bible at the house.
And that's why
Don't study it,
here's the cold thing about it.
I
Like,
keep the Bible at the house.
in the Bible, it prophesied that the world is always going to be nigh to you. Right? You say you got a Bible in the house. That word been nigh to you ever since then. It's just all
Listen,
you pick it up.
let's talk about what we agree about the Bible. Let's have a conversation about the things
That's
that we
good,
agree
that's a
on.
good
You know what I'm saying? Let's meet in the middle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, for example, let's talk about the commandments that are being more beneficial for us today, right now.
And
Let's
then
do,
we're gonna talk about Jesus.
let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
And
She seen big G's in my bio. Her eyes got bucked like Ohio. Embarrassing. Don't wait till you're perishing. Nuclear missiles cook like kerosene. Life is a gamble, so please cast your lot. I need space to repent, but I'm no astronaut. Bible, my pistol, Hassan past the Glock. I'll spin your past this block, you'll feel the aftershock.